Ladies and gentlemen, K Kim here. Welcome to the lockdown daily update. I've decided that I was going to do this. Hopefully I can continue on a daily basis. So pretty much we're going to do this Monday through Thursday. And I'm only going to limit to analyzing S&P 500. And we're probably going to stick with 65-minute chart here on each video, and just kind of give you guys a quick overview on each day's price action, and then trying to forecast what we could potentially see going into next day. So we'll see how it goes, and obviously on the weekend we'll do the full market update video where I would go through the indices, the equities, gold, Bitcoin, and all that. And also, as I've tweeted out, that we'll rotate things on the weekend videos. Because I know last week we did Spider and Qs and kind of a large tech stocks. This weekend, I think I'm going to focus on the Dow and maybe small caps and other stocks, maybe bank stocks and stuff like that. Stocks that have been heavily beaten down. So on the weekend update or the market update video that publishes on the weekend, we'll still do that on the weekends, and Monday through Thursday we'll do these daily updates. And these videos going to be around 10 minutes, just a quick overview, quick forecast, what I think we could potentially expect going into next week. So or next day, I mean. So looking at Spider here, this is 65-minute chart, so it's going to look similar to hourly chart also. So basically, shenanigans, right? We talked about that on the last weekend update or the market update video, that we've been seeing a lot of back-to-back shenanigans pretty much last several days here, as you can see. This was back in April 13th. We initially saw a gap up, right? That's the gap up. And then we saw a gap down. Well, that's the gap down. And this turned into an island top reversal. And then we saw another gap up. That was That was on Friday, right? So then this turned into an island bottom reversal, right? And then on Friday we gapped up again, right? And then this was Monday. Friday we gapped up. We stayed around. And this was a Monday. Oil tanked last night, and then now we saw a gap down again. So we can see this area, 280, 278. I'll call that a shenanigan zone, right? Shenanigan zone. We got back-to-back island top here. We got two island tops. And then we got that island bottom here. And now that island bottom has been nullified, this has also nullified. So now we have to look at things in the minor term. You guys know where I stand in the long term. In the minor term, in the micro term, in the short term, we're going to have to categorize in a bearish sentiment now that we have this island top reversal with this gap still remains open. So this gap, because of that gap, things could get hectic here this week. I think the best way, just like how we've been seeing a lot of up and down, like gap ups and gap downs and gap down, that would be the best way to, if the buyers really want to not deal with this gap, you'd have to do another shenanigan where it gets up here and gap it up again and turn that into another yet island bottom reversal. That would be the best way to get rid of the headaches and up and down shenanigans, volatility, sideways, grinding moves, and all of that. So, but for now, as of today, the data that we have is that we have island top reversal here. The gap, up gap, down gap, they're still open. We have made micro term lower low here. But looking at things, so let's make this as a micro term. Let's look at that as minor term, right? I think that makes sense. Let's look at this as a micro term. Let's look at this as a minor term, right? Because I usually don't do this short-term analysis. So looking at things more of a minor term, we can say that we are still at the vicinity of higher lows and higher highs, right? So in the minor term, we're still in the cultivations of higher lows and higher highs. So we want to give benefit of the doubt to the buyers in the minor term. In the micro term, however, we did just put in lower low with the island top reversal. So in the micro term, sentiment is bearish. Minor term, we'll still have to give benefit of doubt to the buyers. We got this big gap here. Let's actually annotate that. This is actually island, also island bottom reversal, right? Let's make that green, denoting that that's island. Let's make this gap red, denoting that it's an island top. And then let's put a box here, so we know that that's island top. Let's put a box here, so we know that's island bottom, right? So we got a couple of things going on here real quick. We had that moving average. That was kind of a very short-term moving average to see if we can hold that. We actually gapped below that, but we have a longer-term moving average. You see that blue moving average? We have that longer-term moving average in the minor term. If I actually zoom up a little, zoom out, and you can see that ever since this waterfall, this is the first time we see that this moving average is rising, right? Last time we got near to that, we tanked. We've never gotten above it. Last time we got above it was late March, and you can see that right here, we got above it. We came, retested, we got up, came down, found support. In early April, we found support, which means it has a pretty decent resume, right? We've seen this moving average acting as pretty solid support, because remember it was at 240s and it ran up to 280s, right? And with that moving average rising to the upside, we're just right back at it today, right? We're just right back at it today. So we'll be interesting to see how the market is going to deal with this moving average there going into tomorrow. And you can see that we have what I call rising pivot. So that was a prior resistance there, right? Became a new support. We're near that vicinity. So we have support that potentially could become as solid support. We got that rising pivot. We got that long-term moving average, right? So we got that going on. And that's all around the area of 268, 267, 272, 273. So all this vicinity here, right? So I'll watch out and see how the market plays out tomorrow and see if we can hold these levels. If all of these levels fail, if we see the moving average fail, that it did act as support, but it fails, and also this rising pivot also fails, if we see both of those levels fail, then the next level would be then 263 and 258. 263, 258. So we'll follow up tomorrow, right? We'll follow up tomorrow. Quickly, before I let you guys go, I thought it was interesting because we just talked about this long-term moving average here, right? That was April 1st and April 3rd. And we're hanging out just right in that vicinity in April 21st. When I look at my oscillator going back to April 1st, and you can see that was that oversold level. We're just hitting that level, exactly same. You can see that April 1st and 2nd. You see that right there, right? And this is today. So April 1st and 2nd, that was again, right? April 1st, 2nd, and that's today. And we're just right in that level. Again, this, we're analyzing very, very short term, looking at the hourly chart here. So things can change very, very rather quickly depending on how the market move, after hours, overnight, and pre-market. So for now, there's reason why, technically speaking, why we stopped at 273, right? As I've demonstrated, the long-term moving average, the rising pivot, oversold condition in the micro term, right? So we are there. It's the support for now. Depending on how the market behave in this vicinity going into tomorrow. If we just see another gap down, that means there's a chance that all of that level could be broken in just, as soon as the market opens, and then this thing starts to come back down to 263. And at that time, we have to reassess the situation. Again, we are analyzing short term now. And you guys know that I usually don't do that. But in these daily updates, I will do my best to kind of give you guys a quick outlook and what the market is doing for the day and what the market could be doing going into next day. So I'll come back to you guys tomorrow night, and you guys have a wonderful evening and good luck trading tomorrow.